Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Talk Openly, Lions Roar Dharma Center's podcast. I'm Jac. I'm here with my wonderful friend Daniel. Hey, Daniel.
Hi, Jack. Everybody out there in Talk Openly land.
Yes. Yeah, and thanks for joining us on a Wednesday instead of a Tuesday. Feels a little bit funny, but we're going to make it work. And Daniel and I were just talking about how we feel a little rusty. It's been a week or 2 weeks and a day since we last met. So forgive us if we go off the rails. I
That's
think
why
it's
you're listening, though.
fine.
We know the truth. You want us to go off the rails a little bit,
That
right?
is true. And I think we are going to today a little bit. We're going to be talking about how once you get like a spiritual practice going and you're like on the path, your problems don't actually go away. They get different. So, yeah, we're gonna be talking about that. And I think for me, it's always prevalent because I haven't, you know, purified all the afflictions. And so, yeah, problems don't seem like wonderful, blissful experiences yet. But I'm trying.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Maybe one day. Or
right.
maybe not.
Or maybe not, we'll
Uh,
see. We'll see.
yeah.
Well, one day at some point, or one millennia, we'll see. We'll see how long it takes. Hopefully
Yeah,
not a millennia, geez.
it's okay. What's a few millennia between friends?
Oh God. I mean, we've been doing it, so
Beginningless time?
yeah. Oh boy.
No, no.
Well, let's bring it right back to right now.
Right
Uh,
here, right now.
right here, right now, West Coast, United States. What I don't even know the day, honestly. But
March 4th,
March
Wednesday,
4th,
March
thank you.
4th.
Perfect. Great. Uh, tell me about your day. Tell me about your couple weeks. How are you doing?
Oh my goodness. I'm doing so well, Jack. I'm so happy. I yeah, my spiritual practice has deepened, continued to deepen, and it's really kind of profound actually. I love one of the things that I'm really happy about is that um something has shifted a little bit in terms of my training where like the amount of time that I'm dedicating to Dharma practice has risen quite a lot, substantially, but it's not coming, it doesn't feel like I'm necessarily doing anything,
Hmm.
right? Like I'm not trying to speak like metaphysically, like there's no one here or nothing like I just mean like it's weird, like it is effort, but
Mhm.
it is this joyful effort, right? And it's just something that seems to just be happening almost spontaneously. Like, not like I'm seeking to try to I'm not trying to do anything. It's just these practices sort of are naturally occurring, you know?
Hmm.
And that's a really sweet spot to be in because, up until then, um, it's always been me, Daniel, practicing, doing, training, committing, putting effort in, right? So even if it was, joyful or whatever, there still had this feeling of exertion,
Yeah.
like I'm spending my time, I'm spending my energy on this. It doesn't feel like that at all. It just
Mhm.
feels like whatever. It's just like something's happening, right? That part's really quite wonderful.
Yeah.
And I've had some recent experience. So that's my personal practice at home, and then at the same time, I'm getting a lot of support from our teacher and our sangha as well, where, for example, on Sunday, coincidentally, Lama gave a talk about treating, you know, ordinary life as a retreat. But
Mhm.
that day, I was there from 9 o'clock in the morning until 4:30 in the afternoon. And it's weird how it's like I was talking to our friend Matthew about it. It's like a time warp kind of
Hmm.
that happens there, right? Where it's easy to spend an entire day there, like super easy.
Mm.
And it had, highs and lows and smiles and tears and all, you know what I mean? Like it's complete. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
and that was quite beautiful. And then the Day of Miracles was, or the week of Day of Miracles? Day of Miracles was yesterday, which ended the week of miracles. I think that's how it goes.
Right, yeah.
Something like that. And so it was really cool because on the full moon, that was yesterday. I did the 8 Mahayana precepts.
Mm,
And it was so cool because I woke up really early in the morning, and the first thing I did was to look and see the moon, and it was in eclipse,
yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that's awesome.
That is so
That
cool.
It's so cool, man. And then doing the precepts and maintaining it, it was sweet, just like the rest of it, where, there have been times where I took them and it was Daniel being challenged. you
Mhm,
know,
sure.
like the personal self being severely challenged and like having to really fight for it or whatever. But it wasn't like that same kind of thing. It was just this joyful happening, and it was gorgeous because, and this is the highlight, is we did, so there, I went to because we didn't have talk openly, there was an opportunity to go to the temple where there was a special, first there was like a special little celebration of the Day of Miracles, followed by, we've now started the mantra accumulation for Lama's birthday. We're doing the Guru Rinpoche mantra. And
Nice.
so we practiced, we did that for like an hour, and then there was full moon Vajrasattva practice. And what
Wow.
was so gorgeous about that was, now after all of this, the fasting and all this, training practice, then at the end of the day, this Vajrasattva practice, like I was like, wow. Now there is the citadel of intrinsic awareness.
Whoa.
I was just like, damn, that's
Yeah.
cool. Like what a neat experience, right? To really like feel that
Hmm.
experience that. So I was so pleased with it. And then of course, just go to bed and life continues.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Wow, what a beautiful day.
It's gorgeous. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gorgeous.
Oh, starting with a lunar eclipse. How cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it was so full, so rich. Felt everything about it felt so good and so right, and like I'm just grateful that I'm aware of these practices and that I'm connected to, a living lineage. There's tremendous amounts of gratitude for the lineage that has shown up in ways that I never imagined, right? That uh, I feel, really deeply connected to all of these teachers and all of these practitioners, people who have worked so hard to keep the Dharma, alive and, sharing it with other people. So, yeah, lots and lots of gratitude, and hopefully we get to be a part of that.
Yeah. Yeah. So cool. I'm really happy to hear
Yeah,
about that. And
thank you.
yeah, and I can sense your yeah, that it was just a really good experience. I can feel
Yeah.
it for you.
You know
Yeah.
which, but the part that like I don't know if this is what you're talking about, the feeling part, but the part that kind of blows me away is how much intense energy comes through, or
Hmm.
can come through rather, right? Like it is. I was like, man, I feel like like it's like the equivalent of like massive stimulant or something. There's no
Oh,
stimulant,
yeah.
right? But
Yeah.
it feels the same kind of like, whoa, there's some
Oh,
energy there,
for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
So good.
The central channel is doing
Central chat,
things.
open it up, let it flow.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, yeah. So thanks for asking about it, because I really enjoyed just talking about it, because I got to like kind of, I'm still kind of flying high off of that, but
Yeah.
it's just like it's such a sweet, sweet thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Tell me about your experiences, your practice, your training, your life.
Yeah. So my training has really been everyday life focused. Like what's the word I'm looking for? Um con not relative, yeah.
Yeah.
Relative life experience practice. And because I've just been very busy, but it doesn't feel like lazy busy, if that makes sense. The kind of busyness
Oh,
that's,
right.
distracting from practice. Um, there could be some of that happening, but I find myself like really absorbed in my work in like a good positive way, and feeling very skilled. And I'm in the process of wrapping up my job at Olympic Medical and transitioning to Peninsula Behavioral Health up here on the peninsula. And it's just interesting to be in that time of like flux and change, and to not feel overwhelmed. Like it's actually quite incredible because literally I've been working, 8-hour days, and then after every single night I've had a meeting of some sort, for kind of like the community organizing slash volunteer work. It's really things have really picked up, and I think there will be a time where it's not quite that busy. Um, but for right now, it's like there's so much energy that I have towards these projects, which is really exciting. Um, and so I think that's, a little bit of a sign that keep going, right?
Yeah,
Keep going in
right.
that direction. Um, and and also make sure that the training is there with it. Um, I definitely haven't done as much kind of like tantric practice.
Mhm.
There's shamatha. I'm definitely checking in with like Lojong throughout the day. Um, Present awareness, especially when I'm, working with a client, really trying to meet them. How Lama described it in a darshan was like, trying to find where are you meeting this person in this moment? Where are you two like coming together? Rather than it being like, you know, a separation, really. Like, what is our together point? So that's been really interesting
What
to
is
just,
that? Yeah, would you mind giving an example? Even a made up one?
I'm not even really like I'm feeling it out. I'm not 100% sure yet. And so I think like it's for me, it's really about like, am I really listening? Am I really with this person, exactly where they are? Not where I am, or where I think that they should be, but like where are they? Like exactly right now.
I
And
see.
just I think acknowledging and honoring that it's happening, that the meeting is happening. Um, I had an experience recently where it became very clear to me how profound it is to make offerings to one another. These little kind of ways, like someone bringing me tea, or, like just very kind, um, very simple ways that we can continually, it's a gift exchange, as Lama likes to say, we're
Yeah,
continually offering and receiving, like Tong Lin,
yeah.
and so I think there's an element of that, of like, um, making offerings to one another, and they're
Mm,
offering to me as well, and so it's really, there's a lot of like love there. Like when I can really be in that space, I can just feel like my heart opening, you know?
mm.
And sometimes I'll tell people that too. I'll just be like, wow, like I feel like my heart just really like opened up
Oh,
there.
right. And that's beautiful.
It's really great. And there's this kind of intimacy that happens there where it's like it's not just that person being vulnerable, like I'm being vulnerable. So I really appreciated that instruction from Lama.
I was gonna ask you earlier if you had any, in terms of having this type of intimate connection with another person when you're meeting with them. I was gonna ask for some tips, like what are you doing? But I think that you already gave it. I think viewing it as a gift exchange
Mhm.
is a wonderful one because then, within that context, it's a practice of generosity. You're being generous with your time, with your intention. You're giving yourself up for a little time. You're letting your little neurotic mind you're giving that away as well for a moment so that
Yeah.
you can really just be present with that other being. And is there a greater gift than that we can give each other?
No, it is remarkable. I know, I
Yeah.
feel so fortunate. And that's what they're giving me is like this opportunity to practice. Like it's profound when I really think about it. Because really I'm doing shamatha like a good 6 hours a day. You know,
Yeah.
if I'm really, really doing it. And of course, there's just like in shamatha, there's this kind of meta practice of you're observing your process, you're
Yep.
being vigilant. Um, there's that going on too, where it's like it's not just complete present openness. There's a process happening that needs to be happening. But that is shamatha.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun.
Nice.
You know when like there's like that good feeling of like, oh, I feel like I'm starting to feel really skillful. Like, do you
Ooh.
have that
Yeah, I know what
experience?
you mean. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, where it's like, oh, okay, like I know how to kind of weave through this and like, I see where this person is like coming to, like,
Right.
it's really interesting
There's
and
a tremendous amount of satisfaction in that recognition. And it's neat because it doesn't have to be, it's not oh, I'm all that, nothing like that. It's simply recognizing the skillfulness
yeah,
and
yeah,
being like, damn, that's pretty cool.
yeah. And the
Yeah,
skillfulness is my Buddha nature.
that's right.
Just,
You're
being
just
Buddha nature.
you're just getting out of the way. You're just
Just
letting
getting
it
out of
do
the
its thing.
way.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh,
Oh,
there's so many times where I wish that I could just tell people that, like, get out of your way.
oh, oh,
You have so much goodness. Like, just get out of your own way.
oh.
Um, Sometimes I feel like there's a moment for that. Sometimes there can be a
There
moment,
is.
but
There is.
it's certainly not what you start with.
That's right. That's right. I remember many, many, many moons ago, a good friend of mine, we were out walking and she said, Daniel, I you just gotta get over yourself.
Oh, yeah. Well, how did that land?
Oh, it was beautiful. It was one of those
Right.
moments where it was perfectly timed,
Nice.
where I was like, oh, actually, right. Yes,
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
point. Well received.
Yeah, for sure.
But
That
you
is
can't, you can't, you can't do that all the time, right?
right.
Like you wish you could,
Right.
but you can't.
That is so skillful means when it comes to right speech is that, something could be true and helpful, but it
Yeah.
also has to be timely. Because if it's not,
Mm.
delivered at the right
Right.
time,
If
it's
you
not
tell
going
a
to
person when they're sleeping,
yeah. Or when they're just pissed off and,
Right. Yeah.
like there's gotta be, yeah, that moment of
Right. Just
skill.
like you might not say to a person who is whatever is having severe pain and physical bodily, issues, saying, "Well, hey, you're just burning off your karma. Be grateful."
Right. Right. Yeah, no, no, no.
Oh, oh.
Unless they're, like they've been practicing, then you might be able to say something like that.
Right, right, right. Exactly. But then you wouldn't need to either.
For sure. That's true. That's true.
Oh, Jack, this makes me so happy. I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah,
Thank you for sharing
thanks.
that.
Yeah, I'm really excited and I do anticipate and hope that in the next couple weeks some of like the organizing stuff will slow down a little bit
Yeah.
enough so that like I can bring in my tantric practice
Yeah.
more you know consistently.
Sure.
Um but yeah, I think as of right now I'm in a good place and have a lot of energy. And yeah, very
And you're
grateful.
and you're using it well.
Using it. Yeah, I'm using it for sure.
Right. Oh, that's fantastic. Hey,
Yes.
before I forget, I just meant to ask, are you planning to come to the spring retreat?
I am. I'm pretty sure that I am coming. I just have to make sure. I keep forgetting to check my calendar. Many months ago, we bought tickets for Les Mis in
Uh-huh.
Seattle,
Oh,
and I'm
oh,
pretty
okay.
sure it's the weekend after,
Okay.
but I just have to triple check.
All right. All
Yes.
right.
So my
Got
plan is to come.
I hope so. It'd be so nice to
Yeah,
see that
I hope so too. Yeah.
happens. Well, what do you think? Should we do a little Lojonging?
Let's do it.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right. I already have the screen pulled up. All I got to
Always need
do
some
is
Lojong.
just share it. It's been a minute since we recognized that this amazing and wonderful, helpful tool, the random Lojong slogan generator, was created by our friend Dirk, who is a
We love
talented
him.
website designer and an amazing yogi. Uh,
Dirk, I keep meaning to email you.
yeah,
I'll try to
yeah,
do that.
yeah. So thank you so much,
Ooh.
Dirk, for all you do.
I don't know if we've gotten this one, Daniel.
Is this a new one?
It might be new.
All right, hit it. Let's do it. Let's see.
31. Don't react on impulse to critical remarks. This slogan relates to our anger and the impulsive responses we make when we are completely filled with aggression. Its immediate concern is the ways we lash out at others over derogatory remarks made about us. Words carry enormous power. We must be sensitive to how we express ourselves and resist the temptation to follow our impulses and jump to conclusions about what others say. We should not think it we should not think our ears are neutral receptors whose sole purpose is to receive information in an unadulterated fashion. We often hear what we want to hear or even what we are afraid of hearing because our receptivity is so intermingled with our fears, desires, and expectations. The very idea that someone said something disagreeable is enough to make us angry. These days, we are constantly confronted with phenomena such as road rage, where every little aggression, imagined or not, compels us to become physically or verbally abusive. And that's from Trala Kyabgon, Practice of Lojong.
Mm.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, this is happening every day. I'm gonna be, this is talk openly, so
It
I can,
is.
okay. Forgive me, Father. Whatever, I'm gonna come to confession.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so, my morning routine or my daily routine involves oftentimes walking dogs, right? Now,
Hmm.
I only have one dog.
Uh-huh.
But my former girlfriend who lives next door has two dogs.
Uh-huh.
And mm, they use the only time if they're going to get a walk, it's because they're going with me, right?
Uh-huh.
And so I'm like, yeah, all right, I'll walk these damn dogs, whatever. And it's okay, it's all right. And I'm always like when I'm ready, when I'm leaving, I'm like, oh yeah, come on, guys, let's go. My heart, I'm good, man. I'm happy, right? I'm like, come on, dogs, we're going out for a walk. They're
Yeah.
wagging their tails and stuff.
Yeah.
But three dogs is a lot, and there's the medium, large, and a small, right?
Oh boy.
And then there's youthful energy, Chihuahua energy, and there's old, blind, deaf dog
Oh
energy.
boy.
It's all there. And okay, this is where it gets really embarrassing, Jack. It's
Uh-huh.
terrible. Okay. Um, Okay. So I'll be out walking and especially in the mornings, I start my day when I'm out walking, I'm usually singing, right?
Hmm.
And I'm usually singing a song that Dusum is whatever song that goes with the Guru
Oh
Rinpoche
yeah,
mantra,
yeah.
right? It's this re request to remove obstacles, right? And I just love the song,
Yeah.
right? And I'll be singing that. Sometimes I'm doing mantras or whatever, right? And so just imagine, here I am. I'm like walking down the street and I'm like, got these dogs. I'm like, oh, Mani Padme, or whatever, right? And I'm in my mind, I'm like, oh, compassion for all beings and oh, no, 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 whatever, right? And one of the dogs will do like they'll like start pulling, yanking on me and pulling me in another direction.
Yeah.
I will become physically and verbally abusive
Yeah.
in that moment,
Yeah.
right? Where
Yeah.
I'm like, raw,
Yeah. Like,
like,
get over here.
yeah, what are you doing? Yanking them up, come on, you, right? And then I'm just like, whoa,
Yep.
how can it be that I'm like, am I just pretending, like
For sure. For
what is
sure.
this, right? Because like my
Oh,
natural instinct is actually quite aggressive towards these poor creatures who they're just being dogs, like it's not their fault, right? And I
God.
invited them out. I encouraged them to come with
Sure.
me, right? And then I got mad at them while I'm sitting there trying to evoke the Buddha of compassion, or whatever. And
Uh-huh.
it's never lost on me, like I'll set out with the greatest intentions, and along the way, I become a raging asshole towards these little dogs. And then I'm like, oh, and then I remember. And then, like,
Yeah.
so it takes me about one third of the walk to remember that I don't actually want to be doing that.
Yeah.
Then the second third is me making amends. So me being like, oh, okay, God, okay, it's okay. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. Like, oh, it's gonna be all right. Like, I'll
Yeah.
slow down and all of
Yeah.
that. And then the last bit, it's like I can actually we're just out walking.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, we're none of us are gonna escape this. We all have some aggression in us.
It's true. Yeah. It's
Uh,
so funny. I do the same thing. Like, I'll be like reciting mantra and whatnot when I'm on my commute to work. And like someone will pull out in front of me while I'm doing like
yes.
Vajrasattva mantra, and I'll be like, God damn it. Like I'll literally like sit, like
Yeah.
interrupt my
Yeah.
mantra to say,
Yeah.
God damn it,
Yeah. Yeah. You effing blah bleep bleep bleep.
Fortunately, it doesn't get that bad.
Okay.
But yeah, it's so, and I'll just like shock myself, like, oh my
Yeah.
God, like, what am I doing?
Exactly,
That's so
exactly.
funny.
The contrast between these two things, it actually serves a really useful purpose to illuminate, right? Like you can see very clearly then your desired sort of intention, what you want to be, right? Which is this, kind, compassionate, gentle, understanding person. And then you can see your habitual,
Yeah,
ordinary, reactive self, right?
right,
So it
right.
is helpful. It's just it's embarrassing.
It is embarrassing. Yeah. And what he's saying here about like, you know, really taking off in one's mind with like a comment that someone made and just like spinning a whole story, right? And just spinning out on that spun story. And we can just become so like lost in our deluded mind about something that someone maybe didn't even say or
They
like
didn't even, yeah, they didn't even, yeah, I couldn't agree more. And I think if Charlie Kyabgon was going to write a book today, might mention, so not only are ears not neutral receptors, but when we're reading text messages,
oh my God, right? So
uh,
many
you,
assumptions.
you are anything like other than like bare facts, like, the time is this or whatever, something basic like that. Whatever your understanding is of what a person texted you, guaranteed it is not what they meant. Like, like
Yeah,
there's some kind of a disconnect. Like maybe it's close, right? That there's some overlap between what you receive and what they sent, but it's not a one-to-one, right?
totally.
Like it's not a
Yeah,
clear pipeline between. I see this all the time, people raging about somebody texting or not texting or
totally.
whatever. And you're
Yeah,
like, man, like you don't even know what's going on. You're just
I have
sitting
no
over there
idea.
raging.
Yeah. You know what's funny? You know how so I moved up here and was trying to do like a land project type thing with a group of people. I honestly think that one of the reasons it all ended was because of text messages. Was because of like
No.
miscommunication and misunderstanding over text messages. So exactly that thing where it's like actually no, we didn't hear one another at all
No,
on that. And
no.
now we're going in different
Oh
directions
yeah.
with really serious shit. And it's
Yeah.
like, yep, we're gonna lose a house. That's that's just what's gonna happen. Okay. Oh boy.
It's
Yeah.
where he says words carry enormous power here. It does remind me of that. I think it's a Shakespeare, thing. Speak when you're angry, and you'll make the best speech you'll ever regret.
Oof.
Right? And
Oh
that's
God,
just
that
it.
hits.
It does, man. If I
Yeah.
I am very eloquent when My
Right.
words flow when I'm in one of those states, right?
Yep.
And it's like that it actually on the one hand we can appreciate the clarity of anger, the energy of
Mhm.
anger, and how it itself, the pure energy, has this sense of clarity to it. But our confused nature and reaction to it is anything but.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Completely tilted.
Oh,
Oh, who's this figure?
Avalokiteshvara Padmapani.
Wow, so cool. Mercy
God,
bearing a
that
lotus. Yeah, Bodhisattva of mercy bearing a lotus. Very cool.
super cool. Oh,
Cleveland Museum of Art. I want to go.
I don't know.
Well, my friend,
Yeah.
um,
All of our problems have now gone away.
all our problems have gone away. Lojong took care of it.
It's
It's just
done.
like totally instilled. Don't
Yep.
even have to think about it anymore.
No,
No
no.
more problems.
Why'd you want to talk about this?
So I've been thinking about this. I think since I really started a serious spiritual practice, the whole spiritual materialism belief that, if I really commit myself to a practice, then all my problems will go away. I just won't have any more problems, and life is
Yeah.
just gonna be easy and blissful.
It'll be
Um,
Nirvana.
it'll be nirvana. That hasn't happened. And I've been noticing it more recently because I think I have developed a little bit more awareness and um recognition of my, kind of my afflictions.
Yeah.
Um and so the reason I was thinking about it recently was that my same old affliction of jealousy has been really strong recently. And it's funny because I really thought that I was doing a lot better with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And there it slips again,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And so it's funny because I don't have jealousy in like my work. I don't have jealousy between friends. I don't envy people's wealth. Um, but I feel really jealous in my romantic relationship. There's just some kind of deep-seated, I don't know,
Oh
attachment
yeah.
bullshit issue that it's gonna be there. It's
Yeah.
gonna be there. And so I've been realizing recently, I kind of hit a brick wall where I was like, dude, you're not gonna like meditate this away. You're not gonna mantra it away. You're
Mm,
not gonna therapy it away, actually.
no.
Like, you gotta live with this, bro. You got to learn to live with this.
Mm.
And so that's been pretty annoying and profound at the same time. Um, and so thus the problems don't go away.
Interesting, interesting. I so appreciate you being candid about this.
Sure.
Um, it's interesting the way that we have these dominant, perhaps we could call them Buddha family, confused
Sure.
Buddha family.
Amoghasiddhi.
Yeah, these
Yeah.
natures, right? In which certain energies are prevalent and others are less dominant, right? And recently I was talking about my own shit with Lama, and I was like, man, I don't know how to relate to this energy, you know?
Mm,
And he said, you always first, you know, you experience it and or bring
mhm.
awareness to it, and then you essentially purify it, right? And you purify the energy by, you know, bringing bodhicitta into account,
Yes.
right? And
Yes.
and then and this has been transformative for me. Like it's been, in fact, I just messaged them this morning. I was like, "Holy shit, Lama! I did what you told me to do, and it indeed was amazing, right?" And I'm wondering if we were to take the energy of jealousy and we were to say, ah, may this energy, be useful in terms of my enlightenment for the benefit of
Yeah.
all beings, right? So how am I
Yes.
going to be enlightened as a result of this jealous energy?
Yes.
How can I use it? What would that look like?
Would that
How
look
is
like?
jealousy helpful?
Yes. Well, and in thinking about the five Buddha families, Amoghasiddhi is the Buddha family. I think is it Karma family or I can't remember. But Amoghasiddhi's kind of the negative version of the energy is jealousy,
Uh-huh.
whereas the enlightened side is just wide open activity, just like continuous activity, like just being kind of inexhaustible, being able to, commit oneself to the Dharma activity. And I can feel that, like I see how that is possible.
Yeah.
Um, and so I'm like, okay, yeah, that actually, I want that. I
Yeah.
need to be working on that. And what you said about bodhicitta, I actually spoke with Lama recently about this too. I'm
Yeah.
wondering if we had darshan on the same day last
Maybe.
Saturday.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
um,
Friday, but yeah.
okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. So, we were talking about different practices of bodhicitta, and one that's been really helpful for me is just reminding myself, like, for one, let's just think of how many people in like a half-mile radius of me right now are experiencing something similar, are experiencing
Mhm.
the same feeling of jealousy, and then widen it out and widen it out and use it to say, oh, that's it. That's suffering. That's what I'm trying to tap
Mhm.
into so that I recognize we're not alone here. We're all going through this. We're all these, travelers on this journey
Yeah.
to samsara together. This is what connects us. We have this suffering, and then to take it on and say, okay, wow, wouldn't it be amazing if I could take all of everybody's jealousy in the world and just have me experience it? Wouldn't that be so cool if I could just take it away, have my jealousy be enough?
Yeah.
Right? And so
Yeah.
it is this transformation that happens. I also got to share that it was really helpful for me. And I can't believe I haven't been thinking about this earlier. Maybe I have, but it just didn't really click until recently. But I was thinking the other day, like, okay, Jack, karma's a thing. So what happened here? How did I end up with all of this jealousy? Oh, I've taken people's loved ones before I've done this. I've been the person
Oh.
who didn't think
Oh.
of the other person in the relationship. And I have to be honest, before I met the Dharma and, was kind of wilding out, very lost, drinking a lot, substances, all the things, I did cheat on my partner at the time
Mhm.
with
Yeah.
someone who had a partner.
Okay.
And I remember there was no thought of the other
No,
person.
no.
There was absolutely no thought of his
They're
part.
irrelevant.
Completely irrelevant. If they came up, it was in like, oh, it's kind of this using them as the secretive part, which
Right.
really nasty feeling. And so
Mm.
it actually really brought a lot of healing in a way,
Yep. Yep.
because it was like, oh yeah, that's why this is here.
Yeah. That's
Because
what that.
not like I've been doing this for millennia, lifetimes, and
Right.
I've done it in this lifetime, and I am burning this shit off. I want to burn this off. I
Yeah.
do not want to do this ever again because this sucks, right?
And
And
it really is burning. It literally
oh,
it
John,
is
it's been
burning inside you. Right? Where does it show in your is
oh,
it in
right
your chest?
here.
Oh yeah.
Big time,
Right
big
in
time.
here. Right
Yeah.
in that oh yeah, just and it's just
I
mm.
know. It's so intense. And it's really a thief of joy. Jealousy is a thief of joy. Whereas the enlightened version is mudita, just completely, rejoicing in other
Yeah.
people's good qualities. and saying, wow, look at that person that my partner is friends with. They're so beautiful. They're so great. No wonder this person is friends with my partner. Like allowing
Yeah,
that to be there, rejoicing in
right.
someone's good qualities. There's so many ways that, oh,
There's
it's
a
just so
there
beautiful how
there
these
are a
things.
lot of different ways to play with it, but let's come back
Yeah,
to sort of the topic, which
I know
is
I threw a
that
lot out there.
no, 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 it's great. This is the perfect fodder, right, for this because it's interesting that there something arises, an appearance shows up, our partner is with a lovely friend, and then co-arising with that is this burning feeling in our chest, right? And that is seen as a problem.
Hmm. 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 Yeah,
You're being
it
vexed
is.
by a problem. And it's really interesting that it is true that one can skillfully, you know, work with it. There's different, you've talked about some of them. There's multiple ways of working with that kind of energy to allow it to like not to shove it down, not to, react to it in habitual ways and all of that.
Mhm.
There are these very helpful ways of relating to it. But one of the things that, when you said, for example, that you like, oh, right, there are many other people who are, experiencing this, and could I maybe, is it possible, let me feel it so nobody else
Mhm.
has to?
Mhm.
What's
Mhm.
interesting about like that practice in particular, I've noticed, um, but all of them, I guess, is that if you do it with the intention to make the problem go away, it doesn't work.
It doesn't work. It really doesn't. Yeah, it's like it really just it has to be genuine. No,
You gotta mean that.
I'm gonna feel this. I'm gonna let it crack me open. I'm
Yeah.
gonna let it break down my fucking ego that I'm so
Ah,
tired of that's just
ah,
still here. Damn it. Like
right.
really letting it like destroy, like the Tong Lin version where it's like the iron arrow comes to the core of your ego and just bursts it apart.
Yeah.
That's what it is, right?
That's right.
Is I'm gonna let that happen
But
through this.
in this, so here you are, Dharma practitioner, uh, and you kind of, you definitely have developed some skillful, ways of handling things. Um, and even so, yeah, you've been doing this for a decade or so, right?
7 years, 7 years.
We'll round up. So whatever. You've been doing it for a while. Maybe in previous lifetimes you did it as well, no
Good.
doubt, right? Um, and still the problem did show up. You
Hmm.
did you did get struck by an arrow,
Hmm. Hmm.
right? Like you did because you fucking sorry, you felt it.
Okay, I'm
You
saying it
you
too.
felt it,
Yeah.
right? You felt that arrow of jealousy hit you right dead center in the chest,
Hmm.
and it hurt, right?
Hmm.
So you didn't avoid that problem. It
Yeah.
didn't go away, and it was unavoidable. There was
Mhm.
no way that you were going to get out of this without, the ripening of your karma.
Yeah.
It
Right,
just
right.
it could not happen, and it had to happen, right?
It had to
Okay.
happen.
All right. And that's the condition. We all conditioned beings are in the same exact situation.
Yes.
They are going to be experiencing the result. We are going to be experiencing the result of our karma, and there's nothing we could do about it. It's unavoidable.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So can't get rid of that first arrow that hit you dead smack in the chest. But what's really cool is you didn't then go and grab here's your skillful means, right? You didn't go and grab a quiver full of more arrows and just start stabbing your
Or what's worse is aiming them
yeah, oh, I don't
at other
right.
people,
Oh
right?
yeah,
That's
yeah.
what my habitual response would be is that I'd be
Totally.
like, hey, what's going on? Like, I'm not I, like to my partner later,
Yeah,
what's going on here? Like, who's this person? Like,
yeah,
why are you so close to them? Like, blah, 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 blah.
yeah.
And just being like weird and suspicious and like insecure, right?
Right.
And I haven't been doing that, which is like,
Mm,
okay, I feel that growth happening. Like,
yeah.
just feel the problem, feel
Yeah.
it.
Do you ever do you I notice for myself when I experience things like this, uh in fact, since you've been candid, I'll be candid as well. I don't have a lot of jealousy in my life. It doesn't really, it's not a prevalent energy, but I did
Mhm.
experience this actually not too long ago. So I have my self-image of my physical self is I'm a short, fat, bald man, right?
Mm,
Old, short, fat, bald man,
mm,
right? Totally undesirable physical qualities,
mm.
right? From a whatever. I'm actually happy with it. I like my body, but
Yeah.
this is my story, my narrative, my description of self.
Mm.
And so I was with a friend um, who we both know quite well, who is who is a very handsome person,
Uh-huh.
um, and handsome not just physically, but all the way through,
All the way
right?
through. Yeah.
All the way through, like all of the good qualities. They're not there. It's almost as if you just took all the finest qualities of a human being could have and put them into one being, right?
That's
And
so
their
beautiful.
Yeah, and their physical form represents that, right?
Yeah.
And they're just like their attractiveness level is off the charts, off the charts, right?
Yeah.
All right. So this dear friend, we're out and about, and we both see at the exact same time a beautiful woman,
Mm.
gorgeous, right? We both see her at the exact same time, and then we looked at each other, and we both were like, "Oh," like, so we both, he and I were like, and he starts laughing. He was like, "Did you?" And I was like, "Yeah, wow,
Uh-huh.
amazing, right?" Okay, that was all fun and games. We get up, and as we're leaving, he doesn't see this, but I saw the woman was checking him out with,
Uh-huh.
so like really checking him out, right?
Uh-huh.
And I told him, and he was like, "What? No, you're kidding me." I was like, "No, no, bro. Like, she was really checking you out." And it was all good. We had a good laugh about it. It was
Yeah.
funny. Haha. But then I noticed actually, I was driving home or whatever. I was like, "Oh, I have a feeling.
Yeah.
I have a feeling inside of like, what is that?" And I was like, "Oh, fuck, that's jealousy."
Mm.
I was like,
I want
"Oh,
that.
I want that. I want that." And what I noticed was this. So I too was like, "Oh, I, I don't, like I wish I didn't feel this way, but I do." Right. And so then I was like, well, but wait a second. Um, for me to be, if I had to have all the qualities that he has, I would have had to have lived his life.
Mm.
I would have to have suffered the way he has suffered. I would have had to put in all that effort that he's had to put in, right? And I, I don't want that. I don't want
Mm.
that for myself, right? And also that there's actually within, no matter what your qualities are, there's always going to be some way in which that's problematic. So people who are incredibly attractive have their own problems, just like incredibly wealthy people have problems and incredibly poor people have problems,
Yeah.
right? So I have a certain level of freedom or way of existing in this world that he'll never know,
That's true.
right? Couldn't, right?
Mm.
He's got problems I could only dream about,
Yeah.
right? And so there, that helped a little bit.
Yeah.
And then what helped the most was I was like, wait, I love him.
Yeah.
I love him. And I want all the good things in life for him,
Mm.
right? I want anything and everything that could ever be considered good, helpful, beneficial, pleasant, pleasurable, any of those things. I wish all of that for him. And then
Mhm.
I was like, wait, I, I'm not at any loss. I have suffered in no way anything. All I did was recognize some truth or something. I saw an appearance of some sort. I had a reaction to it, and upon examination, it turned out like I was like, no, I like me. I like where I'm at. I'm actually complete. I'm whole.
Yeah.
I'm not at a loss or anything. I'm not missing out on anything. And also how beautiful. Like this is wonderful. I love when beautiful creatures get together. I want to live in a world where there's beauty and people who are happy and people who, are attractive. And I want that in this world. I don't want to live in an ugly world, you know? And so, like, as I said, I started laughing. I was like, it's all good, right? But
Yeah.
it was funny because that was an experience that I had with jealousy itself, right? Of this,
Yeah.
like one thing that's true about jealousy for sure is it's not logical.
Right. Oh yeah. No, it hijacks the mind, that's for sure.
It's like it's this beast in there.
Yeah. Yeah, it sure is. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, how fun.
Yeah, that is so sweet that you had that experience. That same human has been part of my recognition of jealousy, like working through jealousy practice, because I realized too, in thinking about like, hey, wait a minute, what about my partner being jealous about my friends?
Yeah.
And thinking about I'm very close to this human
Right.
who's very attractive and I lived with him for a while and what was my partner thinking then? He didn't bring anything up, but I'm sure there might have been
There had to
I'm
be
sure
something.
there were some thoughts,
Right,
right?
right.
And
You were
so
thinking it. He must have been thinking it too.
so that's the thing is that it was like, oh, right. Like it's okay. There's attractive people in the world. We're gonna
Hey,
be
that's
attracted
great.
to them. And
Yeah.
that's fine. And they can be friends. And that's great.
Oh.
It happens.
And not only that, I would say, I would dare, I'm not speaking for you and your romantic relationships, but when I've examined this on my own in romantic relationships, I have to stop and really think of like, am I really genuinely caring about, do I love this person the way that I say I love them? If I do, I want for their happiness. And if what makes them happy is being with someone who is not me,
Mhm.
my love I do like when I really examine, I'm like, oh, actually, if it turns out that that's what's going to genuinely make them happy, like, yeah, I'll feel all kinds of feelings as a result of that, but I do love them and I want for them to be happy. And so if that's what it takes, then so be it, right? And that has oftentimes sort of like relaxed it, but it's a real examination of like who is it? Like what is it that we're like so concerned about? And
Yeah.
always it's me. I'm
Me.
concerned about me. I'm going to lose something that's precious to me. I'm not going to get something that is good. Somebody else is going to take. It's this, what's the opposite of abundance? Scarcity.
Poverty, scarcity.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
that kind of mindset, right? Like, oh, I don't have enough. I'm not enough. But when we really stop, like, no, actually, I am enough. It's fine, right? Like, I don't need to be all that. I don't need to be everybody out there. And truly, we want to live in a world where our loved ones um, have what they need in order to live joyful, complete existences.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. Thank you for talking about the problem of jealousy. I feel like, there's so many problems to talk about. So maybe it was good to just kind of narrow
Yeah.
down on one of them. Um, and yeah, I realized that it's not going to go away and I can learn how to more skillfully experience it and approach it so that it is actually, I'm using it to develop bodhicitta.
Yeah, without
That's
a
really,
doubt. It that's what
really
I
what
mean,
I'm doing.
that's what we're gonna do with all of these things, right? Like I remember, I don't know who I heard this from, so bear with me. I'm gonna I don't know where I got this, but somebody, I believe, a student had asked Chogyam Trungpa, why do all of the Buddhas and all the Tankas and stuff, all these enlightened beings, why do they always have all kinds of adornments? They're wearing all kinds of things. And he said, oh yeah, that's their neuroses,
Hmm.
right? Because it's been transformed.
Yeah,
This thing that we believed was repulsive, ugly energy, like such as jealousy, right, or lust, or whatever, greed. Yeah, who knows, right? These things that we judge as being negative, we don't want. They're pure. They're
right.
pure. right? And they can be uh, these luminous, beautiful adornments, right? And so this quality of jealousy, who knows? It's normally green, right? Isn't that what they
Yeah.
associate, right? Like it could be that the giant emerald in your crown, right? Like
Mm,
your tiara will
mhm,
have a
mhm.
have an emerald, or your sword will have like a, you know what I mean? It'll be all green.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I love it. Yeah. Transform,
Transform.
transformation.
Yeah. And it's alchemical, this process, right? Like that's what we're doing is this real alchemy. And yeah. And what's nice about it is we have an endless supply of all kinds of stuff to work with,
Yeah.
right? Because until until you completely embody all of the unconfused states of all of the five Buddha families, there's always going to be plenty to work with. And
Yeah.
that's the good news. That's not
Yeah,
bad news.
not bad news. No,
No.
no. And it's what connects us to the suffering. It's what, yeah, allows us to become bodhisattvas.
Hmm. I'm
Yes.
grateful for your jealousy, Jack.
Oh, thanks, Daniel.
It means a lot to me. I appreciate it. I can already see the emerald shining.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I am looking forward and also, yeah, gradually experiencing how it doesn't have to just be pain.
Mm-mm.
And yeah,
The
developing.
I believe I don't want to misquote Lama here, but I believe what he told me was because I was telling him I was like, "Oh, it hurts this energy. It hurts so bad. Like it freaking hurts." And he was
Mhm.
like, "Yeah, when you have a lot of energy going through a little pipe,
Mm,
it's like it's straining the system." And he
yeah,
was like, "You gotta open it,
widen it. And
widen
then
it."
it can,
Yeah, then you no problem. You can actually have all kinds of stuff flowing through there.
yeah,
Yeah, may our
sweet.
pipes be widened.
May our pipes be wide. That's awesome. Thanks, everybody. So glad, grateful that you can come. If you can, make a donation, lionsroaddharmacenter.org. We'd super appreciate it. And looking forward to next time,
Indeed. Next Tuesday, right?
next Tuesday.
Very well. See you then, Jack. Thank you so
Yay.
much. It's such an enjoyable show.
Omaha.